Recognize any of those rudiments? Some of those are going to be from our session today. We did the 4 from part 1. And today we're going to do flams, single paradiddles, the Dave Weckl fill, an unofficial rudiment, 5-stroke roll, and doubles. Then at the end we're going to play Name That Rudiment. Starting off with flams here. Better. Or you said number 2, you were right. In the words of Marco Minimum, it is amazing what a little flam can do. The grace note makes it so much better. If you're listening, Marco, I mean that as a compliment. And which do you think, let me see if you catch a detail here. Did you catch it? I did flams one way, with the bass drum first on that way, and I did flams another way, with the bass drum second. So you know, flams can be like a good movie. You may be exploring themes or hints or very subtle shadows. These rudiments can be as high level as you want them. So I like to explore all the possibilities. Now moving on to the single paradiddle, I'll read off the sheet here. By the way, this is a sheet that explains these whole 9 rudiments and a lot of my favorite variations. And if you'd like a copy, as usual, Avery123@comcast.net. I'll be happy to send them to you. Now let me read from one of my favorite authors in the drum business. Oh, it's myself. I'll paraphrase. One of the biggest reasons I like to use paradiddles is because it gives you a chance to get around the set and go places while you're doing the double stroke on the snare. For example, which is easier? I purposely tried to be a little tense there. And that's okay if you're a caveman and you're excited about your big dinosaur kill, but what is more cool, that or this? Now I'd like to introduce one of my adult students, Trevor, to give you an example of the paradiddle. Cool. Now let's add, instead of the toms, do a cymbal crash with the bass drums. Yeah, it's paradiddles, but not just any paradiddle. You shift everything over and it's inverted paradiddles. And I have my own little special brand. Catch that? Because why? You never do 2 strokes on the bass drum so you can go faster. Segue into the Dave fill. Unlike the 70s fill, which remember I said was righteous, this is righteousissimo, or righteousness on steroids, because it's got 3 strokes on the hands and 1 on the foot. And I believe in giving credit where credit is due, and that's from Dave Weckl. And he explains all about that on his video, Back to Basics, especially how he uses paradiddles. But I coined this one the Dave fill because I really like it. And I not only do it with 16th notes or 32nd notes, but 16th note triplets where it kind of shifts you around. This is spontaneous. Let's mix and match Dave Weckl fills and 70s fills. Sometimes 2 on the hands, sometimes 3 on the hands. Thrown in for good measure. That's the 5-stroke roll, as we all know. But you know, the single stroke doesn't have to be your hands. There's no law that said it has to be on your hands. The way I like to do the 5-stroke roll is a lot of times on the hi-hat. Whoa, what's that? Yes, it's a 5-stroke roll, but I switched it now. The single stroke is on the hands, but the 4 strokes are on the 2 bass drums. What's next? Doubles. Okay, look away and see if you can tell the difference. Okay, now you can look. Can you do doubles on these big boys? I switch between doubles and singles because it's the ultimate compliment if you're playing a solo and somebody said, was that doubles or singles? So now it's time for name that rudiment. I'm going to play some stuff and you tell me which rudiment it is. Number 1 on the sheets, the 6-stroke roll. On the first video. If you didn't watch it, then watch it. That was double pair. It was paradiddle diddle. far, if you watched parts 1 and 2 of the Rudiments, cool for you. It means that you're pretty serious about your drumming. So here's something else I'm going to offer you. It's a little bonus, an optional bonus. I don't know if you know it, but I've taught about 400 people in my area. I live in California, Fresno, California. But ever since I've had this YouTube site, I usually get 2 or 3 emails a day from people in other states and other countries saying, can you teach me lessons over the net? Is there a way that you can give me drum lessons over the internet? Because I live in the Ukraine, I live in Argentina, I live in the Philippines, and there's no expert drum teachers in my town, or even 2 or 3 other towns, and it just wouldn't be cost effective for me to travel so much to another town. So the answer is yes. Yes. There's something you can do if you're interested. I've just started offering private video lessons. How does it work? Well, basically you email me, or better yet, you send me a video of yourself playing. And then I study it, and in the video or the email you let me know exactly what you'd like to learn, and I send you a video back. So it's basically a private lesson through email. It's somewhat of a niche because no one's really doing it on the web, and as you know, I've taught around 400 students, and I'm pretty good at, if I can see or hear what a person wants to learn, breaking it down into a real step-by-step process. I'll tell you the books to get, I'll give you some personal exercises. Some people want me to explain one of the steps more, or if there's any of my videos, you can tell me the video name and the minute and the seconds. I can explain anything that you like on there. So the fee is going to be $15 US that you pay through PayPal, and if you want to find out any more about it, then shoot me an email at scott@scottavery.com. That's all I can say at the moment. So happy drumming.